Sometimes when you buy a snowblower, especially the smaller size one, you will notice that only one well has traction in snow when you drive it. I don't know why they are setting like this, but actually you can set both wells to have traction. So let's just look on the side here. If you see one of the wells, you see that pin, it's going through the shaft, the axle, but it's not going through the well hole. This well will not have traction in snow. So it's really easy. Just carefully with these pins because they are really springy and can hurt your fingers. So I recommend just flip it like this. Don't just pull on it. Flip it while keep it in place. Don't yet remove it so you don't hurt your fingers, and only then slide it out from there. And if you look here, you have one hole into the shaft, and actually you may even find there is a second hole into the shaft. I don't know if the camera will show it properly. It's not easy to see, but there is a second hole. And basically what you need to do is you have two options. You can either leave the well closer to the body like this and insert the pin through the well and through the second hole into the shaft. So it should be passing all the way through. There you go. Like this, so you get traction on this well, and the well is closer to the body. Perhaps it's easier to steer this way, but perhaps it's less stable sideways. It's not always important. Don't forget to engage the clip, or you see it's coming out. Again, really remember to keep it in place and release the clip, the spring first, and then slide it out. When it's going to snap on your fingers, you will understand what I mean. And you can also engage the well a little bit further away from the body, so it's more stable, especially if you are working on an incline. And again, engage that pin. I'm doing this one hand, so it's a little bit difficult to see, and secure it in place. And now you have traction on both wells. Okay. And by the way, there's all other types of wells which are Cade, and those wells usually, I believe, both have traction on bigger snow blowers. This one are not Cade. The way you see are not Cade. Basically, if you remove this pin again, or maybe do like this. Keep a hand here, keep it down, release the spring, and only then remove it from there. Basically, how you know it's not Cade is it can spin around the shaft. That means there's no cane there. And I have to say, perhaps the first thing when you buy a snowblower, the very first thing when it's new, lift it like this. Oops, hit my head. Lift it like this. Put it, when you lift it like this, pull it under the side here. Do not lift underneath the belly, because the plate is going bend and you are going to have troubles when you need to remove it to put it back in place. So always jack it underneath the sides. This one is not very well. And remove both wells, slide them out. They should slide out very easily when it's new. And loop the shaft. I recommend using a synthetic grease. It's better for you. Perhaps marine grease is also going to work, but try to find a synthetic bearing grease. Loop the shaft nicely, put the well back in place, put the clip back in place. The problem with this is sometimes you need to remove the wells because you need to replace a part like a friction disc that wears after a few years. And if you don't grease the shaft first when you buy the snowblower as new, if you try to remove the wells after 2, 3, 4 years, they are going to be real stuck on there by corrosion. I'm going to link you in a comment section a video how to undo such a stock well, but it's really better to grease the shaft every 3, 4 years, 5 years, so when you need it, you can remove the well very easily.